Hello everyone, welcome to Legacy IAS. So we'll be continuing with our ratio and proportion. Okay, so first video you must have seen. So we learned about basics of ratio and proportion. We did some very basic questions, okay, of finding combined ratio. Now we'll be coming to small word problems. Okay, now let's see this one. So it says the wages of A, B and C are in ratio 1:3:5. If the difference between the wages of A and C is 2000, find the wages of B. Okay, this they are asking. Now, see, I'll be telling you a very important method, that is the ratio method of doing this. Okay, you can also do it using simple equations, that also works. But we'll be learning a new method, that is ratio method, that is much faster. And like for the first time, it may seem like little different to you, but once you get a hold of it, it becomes more intuitive also. Okay, now let's see this. So wages of A, B, C are in ratio this. Now first let me tell you the normal method. Normal method, how you will do? So basically whenever some ratio is given to you, here the ratio is 1:3:5. So what you do, the first thing that you do is you add one variable to it. So you assume that if A ratio B ratio C is 1:3:5, then you do what? You assume their values with a variable, because this is a ratio. So A may be equal to x, B may be 3x and C may be 5x. If you take the ratio, then again what you will get? X, 3x, 5x. So again you will get 1:3:5. Correct? So this works out. So now you take these three values as A, B, C. Now what is given in the question? The difference between the wages of A and C. Wages difference between A and C. So C minus A, because C is bigger, so I am taking C minus A is equals to 5x minus x is equals to 4x. This is the difference between them. This is given equal to 2000. If 4x is equals to 2000, then x becomes equals to 500. If 4x is 2000, x becomes 500. Now you have gotten the value of x. It asks you find the wage of B. So B's wage was what? B was equals to 3x. So in place of x, I can place 500. So it becomes 3 into 500. Answer is 1500 rupees. This is the answer. Correct? Now, this was the simple equation method. See, you need to know both methods. It is important that you know both methods, because sometimes you will not be understanding what will be the ratio change, how to use it. Then you can use this method. This equation you can always, because this is more mechanical, so you can always get to this. Okay, the ratio method you have to learn because it is a bit faster. Okay, now let's see how you do it using ratio methods. See, calculation wise, if you see, it will be same only, because at the end of the day it's the same mathematics, but just way of representation changes. Now see, so what it says, that find the wages of B. So the ratio is given as 1:3:5. So A ratio B ratio C is 1:3:5. This is what is given to you, 1:3:5. Now what to do? So it says the difference between A and C is given equivalent to 2000. What is the difference in terms of ratio points? Understand ratios like a point based system. Okay, like you have in games and all. Okay, so A is equivalent to 1 point, B has 3 points, C has 5 points. Now what is the difference in terms of points in A and C? In terms of ratio points, what is the difference? 5 and 1. So difference is of 4 ratio points. So 4 ratio point is equivalent to what? 4 ratio point is equivalent to 2000 rupees. Correct? According to the question, this is the difference. So 4 ratio point is equivalent to 2000 rupees. That means 1 ratio point is equivalent to 500 rupees. If 1 is equals to 500, now what is the value of B? Wage of B? Wage of B In terms of money, it may be anything. In terms of ratio points, it is 3 ratio points. So B is equals to 3 ratio points. Now, if 1 ratio point is 500, 3 ratio point will be 1500 rupees. So this becomes your answer. So in both the cases, you are getting the same answer. Just that this understanding is quicker to do in your paper. Okay, this is little lengthier. Okay, process is exactly same. So this is how you should start thinking. This is some method that you must know also. Now this is simply difference ratio points. Ratio point is equivalent to what? And then this to this. Simple. Okay. Now let's move forward. So it says money is distributed among A, B and C in the ratio 2:5:7. Okay. If C gets 400 more than B, then what is A's share? What is the total money? Okay. Now again we can do it using both the methods, that is equation method or ratio method. Let's try ratio methods. So money is distributed like 2:5:7. So A ratio B ratio C is equals to 2:5:7. Now it says C gets 400 more than B. C gets 400 more than B. So that means what? C gets 400 more than B. So this is B. 400 more than B is what C gets. Okay, so you get to this equation. C is equals to 400 plus B. Now, how do you solve it further? So that means C minus B is equals to 400. Now, according to ratio points, what is C minus B? What is C minus B? This is 2. Correct? So that means according to question, 2 ratio point is equivalent to what? 400 rupees. That means 1 ratio point is equals to 200 rupees. Now, if 1 ratio point is equals to 200 rupees, what is the amount of money that A has? A's share will be what? A's share is actually 2 ratio points. So 1 is equals to 200. Then 2 ratio points will be equal to what? 200 into 2, that is 400 rupees. This is fine. Now the second part is, it is asking you the total money. Total money is how much? So total money is how much? Total money is how much? Total money is how many ratio points? 2 plus 5 plus 7. So 2 plus 5 plus 7. 7 plus 5? 7 plus 5 is 12. 12 plus 2 is 14. So that means 14 ratio point is what we are talking about here. So if 1 ratio point is equals to 200, then 14 ratio points will be equal to what? 14 into 200. That is 2800 rupees. These are your 2 final answers. Understood? Simple. This is how you have to think in terms of ratio points. Okay. Then let's do one more. Yeah, let's do this. Now it says rupees 624 is divided among 3 persons in the ratio 1/2, 1/3, 1/4. Find the share of the third person. Third person's share you have to find. Now, first of all, if you see this ratio, the thing that you can do is simplify this ratio first. So this is 1/2, 1/3, 1/4. Now this is a bit more typical to deal with. So what you can do instead is you can change this ratio into something simpler. How do you change this ratio? Now one thing is there with ratios, as we saw in the first video, that you can multiply both the parts of it by some k1 or some k2 like this. You can multiply it with anything. Similarly, if there are 3 in ratio, then also you can do the same thing. That is, you can multiply this ratio with anything. Anything you can multiply with, anything you can divide it by. Does not matter. Now, to make this simpler, we will multiply it with the LCM of these 3. 2, 3, 6. If you know the LCM, it's fine. 2, 3, 6, 2, 3, 4. What will be the LCM? LCM would be 12. If you know it, it's fine. Otherwise, 4, 4 2s are 8. Then 4 3s are 12. So 8 is not divisible by 3. So next you move to 12. So that's why you multiply it with 12. Now, if you multiply it with 12, what you will get essentially is 6 ratio 12 by 3 is 4 and 12 by 4 is 3. So 6, 4, 3 is what the ratio you will get to. So 6, 4, 3. Now, according to the question, the total sum of money is 624. So 624 is equivalent to how many ratio points? 624 is equivalent to sum of all these. So 6 plus 4 is 10, 10 plus 3 is 13. So 624 is equivalent to 13 ratio points. If 624 is equivalent to 13 ratio point, then 1 ratio point is equivalent to what? 624 by 13, correct? So 624 by 13. How many times? This goes 4 times. 13 4s are 52. Should remember this. Okay. So 13 4s are 52. 10 will remain. With 104, this will go how many times? This will go 8 times. Correct? This also you have to remember. 13 8s are 104. So this is 48. So that means 1 ratio point is equivalent to 48 rupees. If 1 ratio point is equal to 48 rupees, it is asking you what is the share of the third person. Third person is what ratio point? Now forget this. Don't go back to what you have left in life. If you have come forward, then these are your new ratio points. So now 1 ratio point is equal to 48. Third person gets 3 ratio points. So 3 ratio point will be equivalent to what? It will be equivalent to 48 into 3. 48 into 3, what you will get? 8 4s are 8 3s are 24. 2 carry 4 3s are 12 plus 2 144 rupees. This becomes your final answer. This is the amount of money that the third person will get. Okay, so this was it for this one. We learned about basic how to use ratio point methods to solve simple equations like these. That's it. Thank you.